In this video, we will look at how to delete and deactivate relatives, both individually and in bulk. To carry out this action, you will need access to the control panel, which means two things. One, you will need to log into Tapestry via the browser version, not the app. And two, you will need to be logging as a manager, as only managers have access to the control panel. So you're not a manager, go get one. Let's get started. When a relative no longer needs a Tapestry profile with you, you might ask yourself, do I need to delete or deactivate this relative? The main difference is how long the profile will remain in the account for. If you delete a relative, this will remain in your account for 90 days before it is permanently deleted. During this period, you will be able to reactivate them if necessary. If you deactivate a profile, however, this will go dormant until you decide to reactivate it or delete it. This is a good option if the relative has another child that will eventually come to your setting. To access the control panel, click on your profile's drop-down menu on the top right-hand side corner of the screen. Once here, navigate to the menu on the left and select Manage Relatives. Let's start by looking at how to delete or deactivate individual relatives. For that, the first thing to do is to find the relative. You can do so by popping their name or part of their name onto the search box here, or alternatively, you can scroll down the list and move between pages until you have found it. Let's imagine I want to delete Alan Johnson. For that, I'll need to click on the cog by his profile and select Delete. Once I've made my decision, the system will double check with me that this is indeed what I want to do. So if I am happy to proceed, all I need to do is click on Delete. As you can see, this has now changed the status for Alan Johnson. Now let's imagine I want to deactivate Ali Moxon. Again, I just need to click on the cog by her name and select Make Inactive. The system will double check with me that this is what I want to do. And if I'm happy to proceed, all I need to do is click on Deactivate. And again, it has updated the status for Ali Moxon. Now, let's take a look at how to do this in bulk. To delete relatives in bulk, you will need to select which relatives you like to delete or deactivate in one go. You can do so by selecting the relatives through the little boxes at the end of the profiles. Alternatively, you can also select all of the relatives in the page by using the Select Items option at the very top. Click on Some and select All instead. Do bear in mind, however, that there are only 20 relatives per page by default. You can change how many relatives you see per page, though, by scrolling all the way down and clicking on 20 per page. Now you'll be able to show 50 per page, 100 per page, or all of them in one go. Let's go for all. Now we can see all of the relatives in the Tapestry account in one single page. So I'm going to select them all because I want them all deleted from my account. I'm going to use the lovely Select Items option that we talked about earlier and select all. Now this will prompt a drop-down menu at the very bottom of my screen. So from here I can select Delete and then press Go. Once again, the system will double check with me that I want to indeed delete all of these relatives. If I realize that I have selected a relative that does not need deleting, I can click on the drop-down menu by the profile and select Do Nothing instead. Once I'm happy, I'll scroll all the way down and click Delete Relatives. And that's all done. All of the relatives that I selected are now awaiting deletion. But let's take a look at how to deactivate in bulk. So for that, let me quickly reset this back to all active relatives. Ta-da! Magic! All restored. Now I'm going to select the ones that I want to deactivate. And again, on that same drop-down menu that we used earlier, I'm going to choose Make Inactive and press Go. Once again, the system will double check that I want to deactivate all of these relatives. But if I change my mind with one or two, I just need to click on the drop-down menu and select Do Nothing instead. Once I'm happy with my options, I'll just need to click on Make Relatives Inactive. And that's all done. So in this tutorial, we have learned how to deactivate and delete relatives both individually and in bulk. And we also have learned the difference between deleting and deactivating. I hope you found this tutorial helpful.